Hi everyone, we're back with our orange program. Our first time. Let's start. Today we're gonna define what philosophy is. So today's to-do list. First we're gonna define philosophy. What is philosophy? And we're gonna describe what it's used for. Yeah, what's practicality, right? And we're gonna also think of examples in real life. What is philosophy? Philosophy, it's a combination of two words. It means love of wisdom. The word comes from Greek. And the first of philo or philo, it means love. Sophie or Sophia, it means the wisdom. Love, wisdom, so love of wisdom, basically. So it's about asking big questions and seeking answers. Whether it's abstract, vague, or whether it's challenging or mundane, trivial, you ask all this sort of questions and you're trying to find answers to your own questions, basically. Philosophy is first love of wisdom. And also it's about asking big questions. Not like, what should I do tomorrow? It's more like, why should I do homework? Or what's the purpose of doing this? So it's involving lots of why questions. A lot of big questions, they have to do with the why questions. It also helps you sharpen your critical thinking. Also, it helps you to explore different perspectives. You're not just perceiving or looking at things, from your perspective, but also you're trying to put yourself into another people's shoes and trying to perceive from that person's perspective accordingly. Also, philosophy is guiding principles. So why is philosophy important? Philosophy helps us think critically and make better decisions. We as humans, we always have to make decisions. We're kind of decision makers, right? Every day you're given with a task, homework, job duties, you have to make a decision, right? In order to make a good decisions, you have to think critically. So you have to be good problem solvers. Also, philosophy influences science, politics, and everyday life, and many others. It kind of influences all the other branches of studies areas. It's very impactful. Philosophy also encourages curiosity and open-mindedness. So it helps you to be original. It helps you to be innovative, creative, also critical. How do philosophers think? First, we like to ask big questions and try to answer as much as we can to our own questions. Also, we think deeply and reflect. We're introspect, basically. We think about our own thoughts. We think, then rethink about what we thought before. And also, we discuss ideas with others. We're not just stopping and thinking or talking to ourselves. That sounds insane, but also we are talking to other people, person or people. Trying to discuss, debate. We also come up with the arguments and evidence. We're not just arguing or presenting our own views or opinions, but also at the same time, we're trying to corroborate those opinions with, authentic evidence or facts. What you're seeing is the famous painting of Raphael. This is the School of Athens. One on the left, that's Plato. He's pointing upwards. He says, truth is in the, not here, but up there. Not in this world. Next to Plato, we have his pupil, student, right? Aristotle, he thinks he's pointing downwards, right? His palm is downward. He thinks that contrary to, his teacher, Aristotle thinks that the truth is in this world. Very two opposing views from two different people. How do we use philosophy in the everyday life? First, we use philosophy to make choices between right and wrong. When making ethical decisions, right? What's the right thing to do? Should I save one person at the expense of 5 or 5 expense of 1? Probably a problem, right? And a lot of, ethical questions, dilemmas we have to encounter. We have to be very philosophical. And we also use philosophy to ask a lot of why questions around us. Why is this the way? Why people die? What's the point? Why? So in a way, being a philosopher means being a child. Solving problems logically. We're not just solving problems, but at the same time, we have to make sure we solve systematically using logic. So what type of questions do philosophers ask? Ethics, we ask what is good or bad. Metaphysics, what's the nature of reality? Epistemology, how do you know what we know? And logic, what's the right way to reason? So of course, there are many other questions associated with each branch of philosophy, but just give you one example per each branch. So you ready? So now you know a little bit about what philosophy is, just a little bit of what philosophy is. So ready to go out and philosophize about the world around you, and you're ready to start asking questions, whether big or small. You're ready to also answer to your own questions. So that's it for today. So I will see you guys next time. All right, take care. Bye bye.